I love this building. It's crazy, isn't it? Okay, you've got the David Lean cinema next door, and you've got this building. And when I first, must be over a decade ago, we were hoping to host an annual event, and I came in here and I just thought, this is just fantastic. It's got lots of fake books. I think there's the series, all the series of Dallas and VHS in there. Do you remember them? People used to have VHS, yeah? Used to get those like you could read when you really couldn't. Okay, and they all look very nice. So that's what it looks. But this is a fantastic building, and I think it reflects today. I think reflects the old and the new of Croydon. When this was built, society was made up of very different kind of people. This building and this council, despite difficulties, are very strong on equality and moving society forward. And they may have their knockers, but actually, I think for where Croydon is now, they tend to take a lot of credit. So that's my good bit in front of the mayor. Okay, so now we move on. So I've got 4 minutes, haven't I?
Yes, you do.
But I'm not going first, either, am I?
The first is Keith.
Yes, Keith. So please, can we have a warm welcome for the LLC chair, Professor Keith Strawn.
Thank you very much, Steve. I'm always intrigued in events like this. You look out at the vast crowd in front of you, you never quite know what to expect. Either they look of joy and expectations, they think, a younger version of Elton John, this is going to be good. Or sometimes sitting there thinking, he looks like a boring old fart who's going to drone on a bit. I can't work out which one it's going to be today. The good news is I'm much, much better than Elton John, and I'm not going to drone on, so you're safe. I have a very, very simple set of things to do today, some of which is to introduce what's going to happen, but also just to do a few words of welcome. And first of all, it's a joy and a privilege to welcome the worshipful civic mayor of Croydon, Councillor Tony Pearson. Thank you, Your Worship, for coming to be with us today and for opening this wonderful building. We're delighted for your work and for the work of your colleagues in supporting education and skills in the borough, and for all that you do for LLC and DB8. So thank you for that. Yes, so there's the judge. Councillor Pearson was telling me beforehand that his day job is a funeral director. So if I do a really bad job and the CEO gets me afterwards, I know I'm going to be in really good hands. My second job is to welcome you, and I hope the mayor doesn't mind me saying that you are the most important people here. We're here to celebrate success of our learners and to welcome their family and friends as they come with real joy. So thank you for coming. But above all, thank you for being part of this community of learners, and for all that you do to bring your energy and your skills and your enthusiasm to the learning environment. Once you are part of LLC, you're always part of LLC. So I hope your experience with us has been good. If it hasn't, please tell us about it, because we want to get better. If it has, please tell other people about it, because we want to serve the local community in terms of their learning and their skills development as best we can. The next thing I want to do is to celebrate your success. Those of you who are learners or have been learners with us, put your hands up. You're very shy today, only a few of you. Now, I'm sure you want to thank all the people who've been with you on the journey, your tutors, the support staff, who've made your experience at LLC a really good one. So please give them a round of applause. And I'm sure you want to thank your parents and your family and friends, because we know that learning is not easy. I'm sure there have been some bumps on the road, So thank those people who've been around you, who supported you on the journey. And finally, you need to celebrate your success. So I want a really big cheer from all the learners for all that you've achieved while you've been here. Ready, go! Well, I hope you don't mind me saying so, that was pretty pathetic. I'm sure you learners can do better than that. I want a real cheer this time. Go for it. Much better. Now we'll go on as we need to go on. The final thing I want to say is it probably feels for many of you that this is an ending, and a glorious ending. We're celebrating all you've achieved as part of your course. But it's not an ending, it's a new beginning. Wonderful poet called T.S. Eliot, he was the guy who wrote the book about cats that became a musical. And he wrote a wonderful poem called Little Gideon. Little Gideon is this amazing little hamlet, a little village outside of Cambridge. And in that poem, he talks about making endings, going to the end of a journey and finding that he's actually got to the beginning. And for you today, in a very, very real sense, this is a real beginning. So yeah, let's celebrate all that's gone before and all that you've achieved. But let's now really focus on that beginning. How you take your learning, how you take your skills with you, how you not only transform your life, but how you now transform the lives of people around you. How you contribute to society, how you make a difference. So my friends, I'd like 2 promises from you today. One of which is that you'll always be part of the LLC family or the DVF family, and that you'll keep in touch. But secondly, and most importantly, that you'll never stop learning. The only thing that marks us out as individual human beings is that we continue to grow. And a big part of our growing is our learning. Because one thing's for sure, the world will look very different tomorrow to the way it looks today. Today might feel challenging, but next year and the year after will be even more challenging. And it'll take all of your skills, all the learning you've had today, and all that you learn as you go forward to allow you to really flourish in the environment ahead. So please celebrate today for all your worth, but tomorrow is a new beginning. Carry on learning in the way that you've learned to date. Congratulations for your achievements, and I'm delighted that you're here. Thank you so much. I'm just a warm-up today. Now the chief executive will sing to you. wait for them to leave. May I introduce Stephen Jeffrey, our CEO.
Yes. No, I'm not going to sing. I think the one over there should be singing, the little one. So thank you for the introduction. I have only got 4 minutes, and then there'll be a film, and Billy will tell me when I've got run out of 4 minutes, won't you? Thank you very much. I just wanted to go over a few things. About 5 years ago, the board made a decision, which on recommendation of myself and my senior team, that we would move more strongly into the young people's market and diversify our business. Over that period, we have brought DV8 into our family. We've also set up a group holding company, and we survived 2 years of the pandemic along with everybody else. But that was not an easy time for LLC, nor was it for anybody else. So we've had our struggles over the last couple of years, and hopefully going forward they'll be over. However, what we are going to say now is about what the future will hopefully be. The next slide up. Oh, there we go. So, in line with the strategy, we welcomed DV8 into the LLC organisation, and from August onwards, we're going to be one organisation. This is quite a useful thing for us to do because it will help us grow our young people's division in London, but also across the south. We could only do that if we had a solid performance from our organisation DV8. So first off, I'd like to thank Jim Sharp, the principal, and Graham Tiley, the chair of DV8, for a tremendous job over the last 2 or 3 years with DV8, because they were not a well ship, but now learner numbers have been growing consistently, and I'm proud to have them as part of the LLC family. As a not-for-profit, we rely heavily on the goodwill and expertise of a board of non-executive directors. I have to say, I do give them a tremendous hard time, and sometimes my passion gets the better of me. And as I'm approaching 60 now, yes, I am, my passion hasn't died, but my respect for what these people do in their spare time and with all their other responsibilities and duties has just grown and grown. As DV8 are coming together, so with LLC, so the boards, to enhance the experience and the expertise, and to tell me off regularly for being too passionate and too driven to achieve things for people less advantaged than we are. What's the next thing? I should have rehearsed this, shouldn't I? Yes, and with that, also, he's here. There's some professionals back here who know what they're doing. And with that, also, there will be a new leadership team here. We're bringing Jim Sharp to be more central to things, and our youngest chief executive will be appointed at the end of the session. No, so we've got a new team as well coming on board. And I think what I'm excited about for the next 5 years really is that LLC becomes the best young people's provider in London and the South. We will also continue to do a lot of adult work, but in line with the strategy that was agreed with the board, we are moving far more into working with younger people, which I hope will go well. So the future is going to be challenging, as the chair has said. But one thing I do know is that the LLC staff team will rise to that challenge. And now with the added strength of the DV8 staff team, I think it's going to be an unbeatable combination. So let me now introduce the video. Was I 4 minutes? Probably about that. Yeah, excellent. So when Bibi did this, we were going to do a magazine thing, impact report, you know. And then I said, no, let's do something a little bit more interactive. And that was it, did you? So here's the video. And if you'll gather round here. So this is where I do my singing, because there's, as usual, there's the IT cock-up. Are we done?
Yes.
Oh, it's okay, we'll be there with you.
Our dedicated staff, tutors, and assessors don't want to make learning enjoyable and meaningful. At LLC, we believe in learning and we encourage you to explore, experiment, and unleash your creativity. So whether you're looking for an exceptional learning experience or a great career, LLC is the place to be. We see you. What I like best about LLC is the sense of community and how people always have themselves as part of the team. I like being part of the intellectual, it's thinking things and to feel that supporting as well. I like the fact that LLC is very, very inclusive to the wide range of courses, with the work coverage. Everyone can feel welcome, but you don't like it, learn it, or just visit it. Give you the opportunity to learn and your phone. They give you a chance and an opportunity, as well as it's like a community that I enjoy being in. People are really friendly and well, and everyone's good for it. Teachers are really good, and we get a lot of help. I love that there's a very supportive atmosphere here, and that we use each other up. Teachers are really helpful, and everyone gets the little skills. And you feel like everyone else is a literal chance to get good information in a short amount of time. To me, LLC means you're part of the family. It means that you're something bigger than just yourself. It's looking to develop my career. LLC means to me better my future and giving me a chance to do what I want to do. It's very important to get somewhere I love to work and work with better people. It's an opportunity to learn and to grow. It's an opportunity for me to better myself, to improve who I am as a person, and finding pace where you can work in the future. Single learning, and also give you the opportunity to learn. So I mentioned about high quality education, so I want to make one, I'm sure the practice is hard. Anyone who describe LLC as supportive? Correct. Inclusive. In one word, I would describe LLC as friendly. Fantastic. Supportive. Very well. Dynamic. Right, my name is Neil Denton, and I'm the other brother of Goddess, which is a well-being product and service-based brand. So the aspects I like about working with LLC is the captains. They're very professional, they come willing to learn, they come with all the enthusiasm to get started every day. They put their heads down and they get the job done. So it just shows the level of captains that come through LLC and training that they are receiving. So based on my experience working with LLC, I think from the captains that I've had so far and the enthusiasm that they've shown, I've actually already recommended LLC with a few of the brands that I've had, so it's other companies, because just the high standards that I've found, and I think it's worthwhile other people, other businesses, I should say, they have tapped that, but also be able to offer those trainees the work experience that they need. And then again, everyone's here to make sure that these young individuals are able to get that work experience and hopefully get a job. And this is the reason why I signed up for LLC, because I want to support my local community and to make sure I support the young people in my community. So what I want to describe LLC is passionate. I would say they're passionate about their learning, they're passionate about the learners and the takes they have to come forward. And that's all I could ask for. I would, it's actually very good to work with someone who are passionate about young people who are coming up today. That's why I'm in LLC. So I think the opportunities that they give to young people is just amazing. And the support team here that I'm seeing over the last couple of months is just incredible. There's so many people that just support them and make sure they're getting everything they need. And in the 13 weeks that they've
course, the amount of information and qualification that they put into this course. So to get these kind of results in that quick time, just set people up so well for employment in the future. I also joined collaborating with organisations like LLC, and it's usually multiple that they have different offering a variety of different groups into employment for people, and providing the opportunity to get valuable qualifications and experience to get into the workplace, and people will make informed choices and have those options.
I can't tell that joke, did he? It's too late. So that's 6 minutes. There is the full 4-hour version available for a private screening at the David Lean Cinema, £5 million a ticket. No, there is going to be a full version of that and a paper-based impact report on our website, and I urge everybody to have a look at it because there's some fantastic stories in there. These are just snippets of stories, and I'd like to thank everybody, especially the ones looking up frightened at the camera. I thought that you were really good. So anyway, now I've insulted most people in the room. I'm just going to hand over to our guest speaker. This is a gentleman that I have grown to know over the last 18 months or so, and hopefully we're going to be starting really soon a new business venture.
Yes.
And I find what he and his group of staff have done is quite amazing, really. But I will let Judah talk all about it. So please welcome Judah Amani, Director of In-House Efforts.
Do I have to stand behind that?
It's up to you.
Or
Maybe.
speak loudly.
Exactly.
Everyone hear me at the back?
Yes.
That's cool. So, firstly, thank you so much for inviting me. I feel very humbled to be invited to speak anywhere. It's pretty cool. Secondly, for any of you that are celebrating an achievement, well done. That's amazing. It's always amazing when you set a target and you're able to get to that target. It's a good thing. So it's definitely a worthwhile thing to celebrate. So enjoy that moment in terms of what you've achieved. The third thing is to say, my journey with education is very unorthodox. And even though I find myself today, incredibly, amazingly, as a professor of design at Royal College Park, I'm aware that I've taken a very, very unusual journey. Therefore, there's a caveat for everything which I'm about to say, which is I might be wrong about everything. So if it makes any sense to you, awesome. If the next 7.5 minutes don't make any sense to you, then please forget it and don't take it with you for the rest of your life. As long as we're clear with that caveat, we can move forward. On that fifth pane over there, fifth from the left, there's two names at the top. Both Plato and Aristotle were inspired by Socrates, who was considered like the father of modern education. And he didn't see a difference between educators and learners. He saw them as one. He saw that lifelong learning meant that we're always going to want to know more, and there will always be opportunities when we can share with someone else. And so he saw that split all the time. He also felt that he was never smart enough to write a book, which he didn't. And so other people would write books about him. And in that spirit, I want to share with you as lifelong learners one insight that I've gained over the last X amount of years, and then 3 things around that insight that allows, hopefully, that might allow you to be able to deploy some of that. That make sense? Yeah. So the one insight is that, so look, I've spent a lot of time actually very little time sharing craft within academia. Only really in the last few years have I been either at Royal College of Art or at Rhode Island School of Design in the States. Most of the time, I'm sharing within homeless communities, people that want to build things to make things different. In prisons in the UK, and most recently in the US, in high security prisons in the States, in slums in Chennai and Bogota. They have been my learning environment on football pitches. And so the space that I like to engage with in learning is actually not really a classroom environment. And very rarely is it the phenomena that we're experiencing now. Most of the learning that we'll do is when we're walking around. Or even if that's in a room environment, we'll be standing up. So from that, there's one thing that I want to share that has been like the most incredible phenomena that I've seen happen over the last 20 years of exploring the space of sharing. And that's been when learning is coupled with collaboration. We learn more, we grow more, and we share more. So I'm going to share 3 things around collaboration that hopefully, a collaboration around learning that hopefully might make sense and might land. And if they don't, go back to that first caveat, which is I might be wrong about everything. So the first thing is that when both in homelessness and in the criminal justice system, an asset-based approach was beginning to reap much better rewards than a deficit one. A lot of our modern consultancy is based on deficit approach. The deficit approach is where we look for what's wrong. What's going wrong here? And then what can we do in order to fix that? An asset-based approach is to look for what is strong. And our starting place is what is strong, not what's wrong. What are the strengths being demonstrated here? Can we use that as our starting point? Grace, who oversees all of in-house records, which is a record label that started in UK prisons, when we were exploring that in jail, an asset-based approach is what is strong. And with a lot of the guys we were working with, the assets were, they understand portion pricing of product and supply and demand for all the wrong reasons, but they understood that. That is a strong asset base. So an asset-based approach is, we're not starting from -1 or -2 of what you don't know. It's like, cool, what do you know? And we can build on that. The second insight around sharing is moving and collaboration, is moving at the speed of trust. Now this is problematic because there is a paradox around trust. In order to trust, you kind of need to have that experience of at least collaborating with someone. And in order to collaborate, you sort of need to be able to trust them. So to be able to operate at the speed of trust, I found creativity to be the best proxy for that. So as a way of collaborating, if there's any space or opportunity to allow creativity, and creativity across the arts, whether it's music, whether it's expression in drawing, expression in movement, expression through spoken word, colour, but creativity allows us to break through that paradox of trust and collaboration in order to be able to move at the speed of trust. And finally, agency. If we create the space for those who are learning to negotiate the terms of their own learning, other people might call it choice architecture, we're able to not only move quickly, and we're able not only to be able to start with an asset-based approach, but we're actually able to do so in harmony with the people that we're engaging with. So, asset-based, speed of trust using creativity, and agency, nurturing agency, and providing the opportunity for those that we're working with to be able to negotiate on the terms of their own learning, redefining what that curriculum looks like. Does that make sense? I'm I'm not actually sure who I'm going to pass around. Is it back to you?
John.
For the professor.
Keith, sorry.
Judah, that was superb, thank you. You've summarised so much of my philosophy of education, but also LLC's philosophy. Whole branches of psychology now, applied positive psychology, are based around the asset approach. So you do take those learning away. I'm sure it will be inspiring for you going forward. Now, that was important enough, but the really important stuff's going to happen now. We're going to be presenting some awards. Now, I checked with His Worship the Mayor just beforehand. Apparently, the roof is in really good condition. So you can make as much noise as you want to celebrate these awards, and we'll be okay, won't we, Tony? Absolutely. We've had it from the Mayor. Great. So we'll move into the awards, and I'm going to invite colleagues from our boards and from the staff team to come and read out the nominees for each award, and then to announce the big winner. Now, if this is your Oscar moment and you feel driven to make a speech or dance or some such thing, you're very welcome to. We'd ask you to keep it within reason, but do feel free to express your own thanks or celebration in any way you will. So first of all, my esteemed colleague, John Hall, a Vice Chair of the board, will come and present the award for Adult Learner of the Year.
That was close. I would like to add my thanks to Judah Amani for his excellent presentation. I thought that was really very inspiring and something that we can live with for today and on the future. I hope we'll be doing it more together, Judah, you and I. It'll be good fun. But on to the Adult Learner of the Year. Adult learning programs are funded by the Greater London Authority and the European Social Fund and include the achievements of qualifications to support individuals to progress with their education and also to gain entry into work or progress with their career. The Adult Learner of the Year award is nominated by LLC tutors who have been working with adult learners over the past year and is given to the adult learner who is considered to have demonstrated an outstanding commitment in completing their qualification with consistency and high quality in all aspects of their work. Whilst every learner works hard to achieve their goals, some will go that little bit further, and the learner receiving this award has clearly demonstrated that throughout their course. We had 3 nominees: Laura Martinelli, nominated by Sudeshna Paul, who studied functional skills in maths. Cheryl Gillespie, nominated by Mercy Qureshi, studying business administration. And Nancy Feller, Gateway to Wellbeing, nominated by Amanda. Now the award goes to, I haven't got a drum roll anyway. Nancy Feller. Nancy has, I hope I've got this right. Nancy has shown great resilience, overcoming numerous challenges in her personal life, initially starting the Gateway to Wellbeing course and engaged and gave constructive practical support and advice to peers within her group, a shining, warm face in the online classroom. And she has shown great strength of character, resilience, dug deep, and was absolutely thrilled when Nancy returned having regained balance in her spirits to successfully complete the course in the new year and a month after finishing the course. A qualified and experienced teaching assistant. There we are. So, we have an award.
I'm happy you know you're behind me. I'm so happy. And I think, Amanda, you summarized it well. Resilience is something I am so proud for my achievement. I want to thank Dawn first because she's the first one who approached me, and I was in a very dark place when I found this course, and she never pushed me, never pressured me to be part of the course, but we had a very general conversation, and I was encouraged to actually be part of the course, and I appreciate that, Dawn, I appreciate it. I want to thank you also, Amanda, for seeing through me. When I joined the course, you didn't know me, but you saw through me, and I gave up at some point because it was like too much. And when I came back to your words, your kind word and your powerful words, you asked me, how are you really? And I will never forget that question, because I know that when you ask that question to somebody, you quickly give your back to the person because you don't want to take responsibility of how they are. But whenever you ask that question, how are you really? You give us that opportunity to share and to also take responsibility to what we're going through, but also do something about it. And by me completing that course, despite all the challenges, I can stand here very proud and encourage anyone who's not sure about their tomorrow or even their current situation. There is always something that you can do. There is always something because of people like you. So I want to thank everybody, absolutely everybody for that. But I also want to thank my children for believing in me. I am indeed a single mother, but I'm not a statistic single mother. I am a very proud mother, not covered by the stigma of being single, not by choice. I thank my children because they love me and I love them dearly. And they support me in everything that I do and I am. So thank you.
We nearly missed the most important bit, which is the actual award. So here we are. Well done. Thank you so much. Tudor, I think it's your turn, if I'm not mistaken. It's Young Learner of the Year?
Yes.
Yep, right. Don't look so confused, it's all right.
Well, I didn't know if I'm going to have to do a speech like you did, but I'll be able to follow that. Okay. Oh, this is new. So, it is my pleasure and honour to present the award for Young Learner of the Year. Traineeships are funded by the Department for Education and include the achievement of vocational qualifications, English and Maths, employability and work placement. The award for Young Learner of the Year is nominated by tutors who have been working with trainee learners over the last year and is given to the learner who is considered to have demonstrated an outstanding commitment in completing their program with consistently high quality in all aspects of their work. Completing a work placement while studying takes hard work and commitment, and this training has proved that they have what it takes to be an excellent employee for the future. Okay, so the nominees are Connor Emerson, nominated by Leanne Cassidy and Holly Prime, John Paul Magala, nominated by Leanne Susie Singleton, Gurjit Guy, nominated by Susie Singleton, and Kirsty Whitby, nominated by Olivia Young. And the award goes to Connor Emerson. And I'm going to hand you this whilst I read some comments from your tutors about you. Is that all right? Despite many challenges, Connor always tried his best. He worked hard to complete his qualifications and showed great resilience when things were difficult. Connor had excellent attendance, was always helpful to both his peers and staff, and has secured a job in construction since completing his traineeship. Awesome.
Thank you, well done, Connor. And now we have the award for the Apprenticeship of the Year, presented by my colleague Jermaine.
Hi, my name's Jermaine. I'm a non-exec director for LLC on the board, and I'm proud to be here to give the award for Apprenticeship of the Year. So, apprenticeships are funded by the Department for Education, formerly known as Education Skills Funding Agency, all through employer levy funding, and consist of paid jobs where the employee learns and gains valuable experiences. Alongside on-the-job training, apprentices spend at least 20% of their working hours completing classroom-based learning, an LLC, which leads to a nationally recognised qualification. An apprenticeship includes paid employment, hands-on experience in a specific sector, at least 20% of the job training, and a formal assessment which leads to a nationally recognised qualification. The Apprentice of the Year award is nominated by LLC training and development consultants who have been working with apprentices over the last year, and is given to the apprentice who is considered to have demonstrated an outstanding commitment in completing their apprenticeship program with consistently high quality in all aspects of their work. The nominees are Maria Kucheva, from Medway, nominated by Sybil Price. And we've got Betty Manmadola, nominated by Petra Turner. So, the award goes to Maria Kucheva.
No, I'm not Maria.
Pleasure to be here, though, isn't it? All right, I'm going to read out some points anyway. Yeah? Okay. Keep forgetting the awards. Okay, so Maria has successfully completed her Level 2 Housing and Property Management Assistant Apprenticeship. Near the end of the apprenticeship, Maria gained permanent employment at Medway Council in the non-housing department. Despite this, Maria managed to complete her case study. After completing the case study, Maria encountered some personal difficulties which led to her considering withdrawing from the apprenticeship at a late stage. However, with some encouragement, Maria continued and completed her apprenticeship in April this year. There are some other comments here, but obviously we've got Civil Rights here collecting the award, and thank you. Awesome.
Thank you. Do please pass our congratulations on. Now we have the ESF Academy's Learner of the Year. I'm delighted that our colleague Marianne Wehab, Senior Project Officer for Skills and Employment at the Greater London Authority, will be here to make that presentation. Marianne.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Okay, so I have just one winner on here. But before I ask the winner to come and receive the award, I just want to say something about this project and how London Learning Consortium have been working. So if you just put your hand if you have heard of the ESF Academies program. Great, quite a few of you. So you will know that this project has been put together with the surplus unallocated funding that was remaining on the ESF program. As you know, the ESF program will come to an end at the end of this year. And so the project had to be mobilized very quickly, and our providers had to work swiftly to deliver this project. The project was basically for a year, from July until September this year. So it was very fast paced, and we had very targets, and the aim was to support the underrepresented groups within London, and particularly those who are unemployed and economically inactive. It's a very challenging group to work with. And over the last few months, I have been working with Heather. They have been working really well, performing really well. So to Heather and her team, we're working hard on this project, and we know that ESF is very much evidence-bound and, you know, lots of paperwork, and it's been a really challenge. So and they've been doing really, really well. So first of all, to Heather and her team, a round of applause. And now moving on to the winner. So equally as challenging is the support that they receive, the AIG, they have to go through the tasks they have to perform. So this award goes to Vivian Azure. Okay, she's unable to attend today. She's actually found a job. So one of the outcomes is employment, so through information, advice and guidance, and through training, further education support and so on, and eventually into work. So she has succeeded in doing that. So just some comments. That she enrolled onto the courses, and she always engaged with her career pathway coach and is present all the time. Additionally, Vivian recently secured employment with Special People. Okay, so in terms of Vivian, she's not here to receive the award. So Patricia, on behalf of Vivian, will be awarded. Okay.
Thank you so much, Marianne, and congratulations. Now it's time for a very quick coffee break. We're running a little bit late because we started late, so can I encourage you to go as quickly as you can, grab your tea and coffee and take it back to your seats so we can continue with the excitement. So a quick 5-minute coffee break. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for the main event. I was told that I wasn't allowed to big up our next speaker. He should not have said that. That was too much of a temptation. It gives me the greatest honor to welcome someone who I know will set your hearts on fire. Is this enough? Okay, more. Excellent. How long have I got? I'm delighted to welcome our colleague Jim Sharp, who is the principal of DB8, our partner organisation based in Brighton on the South Coast. And Jim will come and talk to us about the amazing work they do with their learners there. Jim, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Keith. You may know the expression about after the Lord Mayor show comes the dust cart and such like, so I'll do my best to give that some credence. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Jim. I'm the principal at DB8. I'm really proud and happy to be here to tell you a little bit about us, but more importantly, to tell you about our students. I'm trying to see what's going on, so that's all good. Those of you who don't know anything about DB8, I'll quickly give you an overview, but more importantly, I'd really like to talk to you a bit about the students at DB8 and their experiences. I'll just do that. There we go. So, DB8 is a small training provider. We're based down in Brighton and in Bexhill currently. We specialise totally in creative courses. So we do games design and development, we do music production and performance, and we do creative digital media. And that's our sole focus. All of our students are either at level 2 or level 3, which means a GCSE equivalent course or an A-level kind of equivalent course. Our level 2 students will also be doing their English and maths as well. Our level 3 students are preparing for university, higher apprenticeships, or just going off into employment. As well as doing their vocational courses, those students will be doing lots of projects with the creative industries along the South Coast. They'll be doing lots of enrichment. We've done everything from work with Surfers Against Sewage on beach cleans to helping out at forestry schools and going in and doing creative workshops in local primary and secondary schools. So we try and have a real wraparound approach to the education of our students down at DB8. Now, DB8, I think, and this is what I'm so proud of, is really different to most post-16 providers. I've worked in large GFEs, I've worked in sixth form colleges, but what DB8 offers is a very specialist approach in that we're only focused on those creative industries. We also have tutors that have real passion for what they do. They are all either musicians still, or games designers, or podcasters, or video editors. So they really bring that enthusiasm and passion for what they do into the classroom. We're really, really lucky in that we've managed to set up the organisation in such a way that the class sizes are really nice and small. So this year, I think we average about 11, the maximum is 14. And what that means is that the young people that are with us get a load of support and individual support to really develop their own skills and their own creativity. We're also lucky that we've only got about 150 students in Brighton and about 120 in Bexhill. So that means that everyone knows everyone. It's a really supportive, friendly environment, quite informal, and that means that the students really feel that they are an individual and that they are really valued and that we want them to succeed. So most importantly, who are our students? Well, obviously, the provision we offer attracts anyone who's got a passion for creativity. And that might be from mainstream education, but because of the nature of the DV8 environment and the provision, we also attract students who perhaps have had barriers to learning throughout their primary and secondary education. So, for example, we have a large portion of our students who have been electively home educated, and they may find a large GFE a little bit overwhelming, or an academically focused sixth form college, again, a bit too much for them. Also, we're about the largest provider of post-16 provision for Brighton and Hove students with education healthcare plans. And we have a large number of students in East Sussex and West Sussex with education healthcare plans, because we can provide that individual support and we really support those students to progress forwards. In addition, quite a large proportion of our students will have some form of self-declared SEN. Now, I've been in education for 30 years now, and I've certainly seen that increase over that time, and post the pandemic, we've seen a huge increase in young people presenting with not only things like dyslexia and dyspraxia, but anxieties and phobias and challenges to their mental health and well-being, which means that they thrive in a more supportive and nurturing environment. And finally, obviously, we do support lots of students who have maybe fallen out of education, and unashamedly, DV8 has used the hook of the creative industries to help young people re-engage with learning and re-engage with sort of some structure and routine into their life through that hook of games or media or music. When I was given the title of this presentation, I was a bit nervous. I think it was DV8 Changing the Future for Young People, which sounds a little bit pompous and up ourselves perhaps. But then I thought, having spent the last 3 years at DV8 and based on my previous experience, well, what DV8 does do is it does focus on the individual, and it does support young people to be able to obviously progress, but feel safe, feel healthy, and feel happy, which is obviously the most crucial thing. And in the spirit of that, I'd just like to tell you about 2 or 3 of our students who have been with us over the last few years and the journey that they've been on. So this first student, unfortunately, was diagnosed with very chronic health conditions at the end of their primary school education, and was unable really to attend very much schooling at secondary school at all. Not only, therefore, were they struggling academically, lots of anxiety, phobic about actually re-engaging with education, but the one thing they had was a real passion for gaming. So when they joined us on the level 2 the game design and development course, we did not only work in terms of learning support in the classroom, but also pastoral support to help with the wider social interactions. They did so well on the level 2 course, also got their English and Maths GCSE, that they progressed onto the level 3 games, the A-level equivalent. And I'm absolutely delighted to say that they're leaving us this year to progress on to university to study games design and development, having come on a journey when they felt that they could never really engage in learning at all. The next student I'd like to... Now, this young man is a real inspiration to a lot of our students. He came from a very, very complex and challenging background with lots of poor mental health and well-being within the whole family. And until he came to DV8 at 16, he was undiagnosed with autism as well. So lots of low expectations, unfortunately, for him. We started him on a level 1 program, which was very generic, so did a little bit of games, a little bit of music, a little bit of media, but also lots of work around social skills, lots of work just around putting structure into life, lots of work about being able to just come in on time, be able to be organised, etc. He developed a real passion for video and filmmaking and progressed onto our level 2 creative media course. And not only did he get his GCSE Maths and GCSE English, he went straight on to the level 3 course. The level 3 course he did for 2 years and got a distinction. And now he's not only coming in and mentoring our students in the college, he's just about to finish his final year at the Brighton School of Film. So again, another fantastic journey for that young man. Now, last but by no means least, this young lady is quite a force of nature. She came to us with a huge passion for music, but unfortunately a very chaotic and problematic family life. She was sofa surfing with friends when she joined us at 16. Hadn't really had any stable family life for most of her secondary school. So lots of work with our student services team, really about her keeping her safe, enabling her to make decisions that were going to be beneficial to her, also working with her to get into secure accommodation and be able to feel safe outside college as well. She absolutely thrived on the level 3, the level 2 music course. By the time she was on the level 3 course, she was gigging all around Bexhill and along the coast in East Sussex. She actually headlined at the Della War Pavilion last weekend and will be headlining the DV8 end of year show on Thursday as well in Bexhill. And I'm delighted to say again, she's heading off to Liverpool University to study music in September. To flip through there. Of course, not every student journey is a straight line to success. And all of those journeys I've just told you about had significant ups and downs and resilience and hard work and the support of lots and lots of people. But as I said, having worked in education for nearly 30 years now, it's very easy to get lost in the data, to get obsessed with achievement rates and high grades and Ofsted ratings, and actually lose sight of the most important thing, which is the journey for the young person and empowering them to, again, like I say, to feel safe, to feel healthy, to feel happy, and then be able to be independent and progress successfully. So thank you for listening to me today. If you'd like to know anything more about DV8, I would love to speak to you. And that's me done. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Inspiring stories. Again, please do send our congratulations to all of those students you talked about and to the whole team, the whole community in Brighton and Bexhill. And now on to Amanda O'Shea from the London Learning Foundation, another partner organisation within the LLC fold, part of London and Coastal Group, the umbrella company that Steve referred to earlier. Amanda, come and talk to us about the wonderful work of LLF.
Good morning. Could I have a show of hands of people who in their lives have experienced poor physical health at any one time? The rest of you that haven't put your hands up, are you saying that you've never had a cold, cut your finger? Could I have another show of hands? Who in their life has experienced poor physical health? Yeah, that's better. I'd be highly surprised if it was the case. Right, can I have a show of hands of anybody that has experienced poor mental health at any time in their life? Common, isn't it? And isn't it great that nowadays we can put our hands up and acknowledge that and it's not all brushed under the carpet? London Learning Foundation, LLF as it's known, is a health charity which develops and supports projects that promote health and wellbeing to young people and adults across London. It aims to bring people together and build strong relationships in and across communities. It aims to improve the places and spaces that matter to people within communities. It aims to enable more people to fulfil their potential by working to address issues at the earliest possible stage. It aims to give people a voice and empower them to be their best selves. It aims to support learning outcomes around health and wellbeing in London. Speaking with referral stakeholders, communities, and most importantly learners, it is evident that both the pandemic and the cost of living crisis have had a significant negative impact on people's well-being, and that includes people in paid employment and those that are not. Feedback is that they are feeling isolated, unsupported, or don't know where to turn for meaningful support. They don't know where to be signposted to, or they don't know where to get advocacy. They're disempowered to make choices for themselves. They're demoralised by ever-increasing costs. And in turn, this leads to anxiety, depression, low self-worth, lack of confidence, and a loss of hope. Through LLF's Wellbeing Academy and in partnership with London Learning Consortium, we have implemented wellbeing in all aspects of LLC's curriculum, and findings suggest that many learners come onto the programmes with external wellbeing factors that can impact their studies. By introducing and embedding the Wellbeing Academy philosophy onto LLC courses, it gives the opportunity to identify early on those who may need additional wellbeing support to thrive socially and economically within the community. LLF has also been delivering a wonderful accredited course called the Gateway to Wellbeing course, with great feedback from learners, including today from our Learner of the Year, and referral partners as to the value and the impact on their daily lives. It's an accredited course into understanding the basics of good wellbeing. This course covers a range of wellbeing topics, including healthy living, how to deal with stressful problems in everyday life. It makes those learners who attend feel connected to the wider community and that they are of value. It empowers learners to make healthy choices, raises self-belief and esteem. They feel connected with strategies for dealing with everyday challenges they face and learn to accept that sometimes it's okay to not be okay. I've always considered teaching a vocation, a calling to make a difference in people's lives through the medium of education. However, education is a holistic process. It's not only about the subject matter and the results, it's about equipping those without the tools, all the knowledge of managing everyday emotions or life skills, or who have had setbacks and challenges to truly thrive and prioritise their own self-care. I'd like to share with you a reflection of one of my learners. Before doing the Gateway to Wellbeing course, I used to work for a charity in a call centre and quit my job before giving birth to my daughter, and have been with her full-time since. I found the course when I searched for it through Google and decided to do the course as I was feeling extremely anxious with all my family problems and have felt no maternal support since my mother passed away. I enjoyed all the information given and the videos we watched were insightful. I've also enjoyed meeting the people in the group and hearing their inspirational stories has made a big impact on my life. And I even feel more motivated to work through my anxiety instead of getting rid of it. If someone was thinking of joining the course, I would say this course is an amazing journey, and it really does encourage self-reflection, even through moments in the week where you're not sitting in the course. So if you're looking for personal growth, this is the course for you. One word that describes this course: insightful. I will take away from this course to put mindfulness into my daily life and using different tools to support myself in calming my anxiety. I have also learned to not always be so hard on myself, and that I won't ever lose in life. I will either win or learn. My next steps in terms of mental health and personal growth. are that I want to implement exercise into my daily life and have a hobby that is separate from my relationships. I also feel more confident to ask others for help, as I know I don't have to do everything on my own. I also would like to start a child psychology course for my own knowledge, not really to find a job in that sector. I'd like to finish by saying we all have experienced poor mental health at one time or another, but poor mental health does not define who you are. It is something that you experience. You walk in the rain, you feel the rain, but you are not the rain. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Very moving and a powerful reminder that optimum learning environments are so much more than just academically skills-based. It's about the whole person, and we're proud to be working with LLF in that regard. So thank you. On to the next 3 awards in the category of Training and Development Consultant and Tutor Awards. The first is the Sue Robson Award for Community Grants Providers nomination. And I'm delighted to say this will be presented by the Worshipful Civic Mayor of Croydon, Councillor Tony Pearson. And Tony is 1 month into the role with a remarkably heavy schedule. We're delighted, Tony, that you found time today to be with us. We're very honoured to be in your building and to have you with us. Thank you. Do come and present the award.
Thank you, Keith. It is really a great pleasure to be here to celebrate with you your success over the last 12 months, but also listening to your speakers to really feel the excitement and enthusiasm for what can be achieved going forward with the partnership with LLF and DBA, joining forces with LCF. It really is very clear that under Steve and Keith and everybody in this room, the future is very bright. So congratulations and well done, and thank you. This award is nominated by LLC staff who have been working with the European Social Fund Community Grants Partners over the last year, and is given to the Community Grants Partner who is considered to have delivered an outstanding service to their learners, with consistently high quality in all aspects of their delivery. Community grants provision is vital in enabling some of the community's most disadvantaged people to access threshold services, to enable them to make the first steps in improving their lives through support with education and employment. This provider has clearly and continuously demonstrated the delivery of an excellent programme as part of our ESF funded contract delivered on behalf of the Department of Education, formerly known as Education and Skills Funding Agency. So the nominations: Seller, Successful Mums and Career Camp; Coast to Capital, Chichester Community Development Trust and Adam Knight and Associates; and London South, Orange Bow and All-Inclusive Advice and Training. And I'm very pleased to announce the winner is Successful Mums. Give you that as well before we forget it. And I would just like to read some of the comments, and if anybody knows Croydon Council, when we get to the last comment, you'll realise how important this is. So the comments made are good achievement and compliance, very good communication and collaboration with the LLF, ESF, CDC, and this one, from the Croydon Council point of view, up to date, on time with payments. Very well done. Congratulations.
Hi everybody, I should have put my high heels on, shouldn't I? I'll be on tiptoes. So a big thank you. We didn't expect this award. You know, the Desire just said turn up, which I thought, okay, I'll make sure we will be there. So I just want to say thank you to Georgina, Georgina's been with me almost from the outset. It's probably 8-9 years ago, Georgina. I started a business. I wanted to help 100 mums back to work. And it's when I became a mum and I realised what a difficult job it was. Nobody told me. And there were so many women in the playground saying, Jane, I'm just a mum, I've got nothing to offer employers. And I was like, wow, being a mum is your superpower. The transferable skills you have from being a parent or a carer that you can take into the workplace. I mean, I've got 2 children now and my conflict management skills are so much better. Negotiation, budgeting, event management, there's so many of them. My original goal, as I touched on, to help 100 mums, we've now helped us over 8,500 women back to work. And it's been a journey, but it's been a real adventure. And every time we support a mum back into work, not only are we changing the life of that mum, we're also changing the life of little people. So that's the next generation. And if there's a happy mum in the house is happy. So I just want to say thank you to Stephen, thank you to Heather, thank you to Zaya and all the other people at London Learning Consortium and the ESF project, because it's organisations like LLC enable small organisations like my little idea to turn into reality and have a real impact on lots and lots of women. We also support dads back to work as well. It's not just mums, but our focus has always been around just helping mums get their mojo back. So thank you to everybody in my team as well. Thank you.
Congratulations, very well done, and thank you to Tony. Will you help me get my mojo back? I'll see you afterwards. On to the next award in this category for Adult Learner Teacher of the Year, presented by my colleague Malcolm Weston.
Good morning, everyone. You can hear me clearly. I'm Malcolm Weston. As Keith said, I'm a colleague on the board of LLC. I'm here to present the award for the Adult Learner Teacher of the Year. Basically, this award is nominated by LLC learners and not apprentices, and is awarded for the tutor or teacher who is considered to have consistently given excellent service on the apprentice learner program, supporting learners to achieve their qualifications through juggling their personal circumstances that requires consistent dedication and enthusiasm for this award. Now, the nominees are Shunel Safwa, Ibu Safwa, and Avis Blair. So the winner for this award is Shunel Safwa. Now, whilst I give you the award, let's make a few comments from the students, which are really worth mentioning, uplifting as well, which I'm proud of you. One of the comments we read here is an amazing teacher who understands us and very funny. They also say she's truly the best teacher. She understands everyone's abilities. Her teaching style is comfortable and to the point. She's friendly and supportive. She definitely deserves to be recognized for it. And the final one I'll read, that one's great as well, is the best teacher I've ever had. Chanel is a very kind and patient person. She passed me all the knowledge in a clear and understandable way. And finally, caring, dedicated, support all students as a kindness about them, and willing to go up and beyond to help those friendly students. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Did you notice the tutors are much more restrained? We didn't get much cheering there. Come on, we want the cheer. Excellent. Who says grown-ups can't misbehave as well? Now, nomination from our young learners for Teacher of the Year, presented by my colleague Keith Smith.
Good morning. I'm absolutely delighted to be able to present this award because it puts into context a lot of things that I've learned over the years. A few years ago, I was Director of Oracle Education, and it's an eye-opener to see the time, the commitment, the enthusiasm the tutors and teachers put into helping their students achieve their goals. I realised that numerous times they went above the call of duty to make sure the students achieve success. So it's a great deal of pleasure to be awarded today for Teacher of the Year for the young learners. So I appreciate that it's probably a long and committed task to get young learners over that finishing line. So there are two nominations. First one is Susie Singleton. For her work in customer service, digital skills, employability and tutorials. I don't know how you find the time to do all of that. The second nomination is Martha Matthews. For her work in digital marketing. And the award goes to Susie Singleton. Embarrassment, a few comments. Well known for her efforts and her understanding of students, making lessons seem fun and natural. She's very kind and caring. So congratulations.
Many congratulations, Susie. And on to our final batch of 4 awards from nominations from employers and partners. First of all, Subcontractor of the Year, presented by Ernesto Eugenio, who's the chair of the LLC.
Thank you. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here and to demonstrate that LLC, LLF, and DBA are not alone in this task. It's a large community of companies and people which are working. LLC works with subcontracting partners to deliver services on our behalf across our Greater London Authority and Education and Skill Funding contract. The award for Subcontracting Partner of the Year is nominated by LLC staff, who have been working with subcontracting partner over the last year, and is given to the subcontracting partner who is considered to have delivered an outstanding service to their learners, with consistently high quality in all the aspects of their delivery. The provision of outstanding education services is highly challenging and takes a lot of hard work and devotion in supporting the achievement of outcome of learners. These providers receiving this award have worked with LLC for some time and has continued to deliver an exceptional training program for each and every one of their learners. The award goes to AIM Skills. Let me make some comment from LLC staff. This year, AIM Skills are continuing to work tirelessly to create opportunity for the learner to gain business, administration and customer service skills that will enable them to work in a variety of roles. They have also developed new courses to make skills needed in the digital marketing sector, providing a curriculum that aims to equip learners with a broad range of skills that they can use in many different industry sectors. In the face of increasing challenges in recruiting young people and finding meaningful work placement post-COVID, AIM skills have consistently exceeded their engagement target and enable young people to progress to apprenticeship programs. And last but not least, AIM skills are a valued partner who always work well with LLC to meet learner needs, improve quality, and develop their professional standard through our networking and training session. Thank you.
Many thanks, congratulations. I forgot to say that Ernesto, it's particularly good of him to be here today because he supports Inter Milan and is therefore still in a period of official mourning. So Ernesto, thank you for coming to London to be with us. Now we have the awards for Subcontractor Learner of the Year, and it's my great privilege to do this one. I've been able to practice while you guys have been doing it. So, the nominees for this award are Zain Anaste E. Lucille, nominated by Monica at AIM Skills, Mohammed Majorul Islam, nominated by Anna, who's course student at Next Step Training, and finally, by no means least, Mohammed Bikram Mia Avon, nominated by Azad at Usmani Trust, and Robin Ellen, nominated by Ben March at Runway Training. And the award goes to Mohammed Bikram Mia Avon. Unfortunately unable to attend, but Azad is going to receive on his behalf.
Thank you.
So, while we're doing that, let me read the comments that have come in about Mohammed. Bikram completed Level 1 award in employability, Level 3 award in emergency first aid at work, and Level 2 BTEC award for door supervisors in the private security industry. Is the first to complete all tasks, assignments, and passed all 3 courses, including 4 online tests for the door supervisor course. All courses were class-based. He came to class before start time and left after everyone finished. He was like an additional teacher. You were lucky to have him, weren't you? In fact, all the learners called him teacher assistant. He created a WhatsApp group for the class and provided regular updates. He went beyond his way to support others, making sure everyone was on target and helping everyone whenever they required assistance. Whenever we needed anything, he was the first to assist. After the course finished, he was willing to support us with anything we needed. I believe all the learners, including Assessor Trainer, Training Centre, appreciated Bikram's support. I can't remember him ever saying no when someone asked him for help. Bikram has maintained group contacts via WhatsApp with all the learners, and now they share information about opportunities, including training and jobs. What a great reference, thank you. And we give you this to Now we have the referral partner of the year, presented again by my colleague Keith Smith, who's masquerading to be Elaine James, but you may notice he's not. Elaine, my colleague, was unable to be with us due to illness today.
Thank you, Keith. Sorry, you got me again. It's a great honour to present this referral partner of the year, because I've got a background in sales and commercialism. I've been doing sales for so many years. And I really value and understand the value of referral partners in growing businesses and helping to achieve their goals. At LLC, we have been developing a referral partner program over the years, and we have got some magnificent partners that are contributing to our growth. So I'd like to thank you. This award is nominated by LLC staff who have been working with referral partners over the last year and is given to the referral partner who is considered to have demonstrated an outstanding commitment in supporting their service users to engage with learning and development services provided by LLC. Without the support of referral partners enabling us to operate from their premises and helping us engage with their service users, we would not be able to reach out to half as many people as we do, enabling us to make a difference to the lives of so many more members of the community. The partner who has been selected to receive this award has worked highly effectively alongside LLC to enable both organisations to deliver outstanding service to the community. There are 5 nominations. Rio Darby from Energies. Hannah Shan from the Department of Works and Pensions. Joanne Thomas from the Department of Works and Pensions. Winter Dijak from Ingenious. And Rachel Obasaliwan from Department of Works and Pensions. I stress the importance of this. So we actually have 2 winners. Firstly, Rachel Oso-Awali and Hannah Shad. Can I just make a few comments that were made for these 2 ladies? Rachel and Hannah always go above and beyond in supporting and promoting our courses and programs at their job centres. They are always friendly and engaging and always ensure the LSO team feels welcome and have lots of referrals. So thank you both.
Congratulations. And our final award goes to Employer of the Year, presented by my colleague Jermaine.
All right, this one, Employer of the Year. So our final award, and I will say I'm a little bit peckish, so I'll get through this. Bear with me 1 second. All right, Employer of the Year. It's nominated by LLC staff who have been working with employers over the last year, and is given to the employer who is considered to have demonstrated an outstanding achievement in supporting their staff to engage with learning and development. Without the support of our dedicated employers, we would not be able to deliver the outstanding learning experience that we do. The support that we have received from the winning employer has been an excellent example of how workplace learning should be done in partnership. There are no nominations. There is only 1 winner today. Please, please, please give the loudest cheer that you can for Camille Denton. Camille is an incredibly supportive employer. She offers high quality work, experience opportunities, attends our taste and information sessions, and mentors the learners to ensure success. She makes each learner feel at ease and works hard to support their needs. So congratulations to you.
I just want to say how proud I am to be here today. Working alongside LLC, today kind of is the proof of the pudding you know, all the conversations, the talks, is a proof of how collaborating with LLC, how we can support our young people today and young learners today, and also adult learners. So I just want to say thank you, and I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to be working with you guys. So thank you.
Congratulations, we're very proud to have you here also. That was our final award, but an opportunity now just to give another wonderful applause and a cheer, not only to our winners, but to all of the nominees and every single learner who's been part of this community this year. Now, closing remarks you would like to know, delivered unusually by Anton Deck. Oh no, sorry, the Anton Deck of LLC. Stephen, the Chief Executive, and me, the Chair, apparently. That's what it says on the list. You can see the resemblance, can't you?
And just to confirm, I'm totally shit-faced.
I'm going to go first, in case you steal my thunder, but I'm not going to say very much. I tried to work out in the shower this morning how many graduations or awards events I'd attended in my decades in education. I lost count in the 200s, loads of them, but every single one I find intensely moving. There's always a tear in my eye of these events because we're celebrating achievements of people often who've been up against it. Whatever course we've done, we've all had immense challenges of self-belief. We're pushed to the limits of our learning. And so to get a chance just to celebrate what's been achieved by our learners and their support staff and their tutors is a rich, rich privilege. And the day I stop being moved at these events is the day I hang up my mortarboard and stop coming to them. So congratulations, everybody. Remember what I said, today is a wonderful and glorious end and an even more wonderful and glorious beginning. We wish you well on everything that lies ahead for you.
What he said. Just a brief moment of reflection. When I wanted to change things for people that don't generally get a second chance, this is the kind of thing that I wanted to have happen. From LLF, referring learners onto LLC, the fantastic work with the young people in Brighton and Bexhill. Who can forget Bexhill? The world has forgotten Bexhill, but DVA doesn't. And hopefully the work with in-house records. If you note the stories, they're about journeys that people make. I have no criticism of mainstream education, but it is not suitable for everybody. Organisations such as DVA, LLC, LLF, and in-house records are right for those learners. And that is what we focus on. And those stories today touch me because that's what we're here to do, is that kind of work. We're not competition for colleges, we're not competition for universities. We enable people to travel to brighter futures. And I think that is the core purpose of what we're doing. So you should be very proud, you should be very, word beginning with P, proud and pleased for what everyone's done. So, cake, biscuits, water, whatever's at the back, and please steal from the Croydon Library. And thank you very, very much for coming today. It means a hell of a lot. Thank you very much.